What's going on, guys? Hope you guys are all doing well. Thanks for viewing this channel. My name is Ibrahima, and in today's video, I just wanted to discuss different ways to be a better looking individual. So, when I mean better looking, oftentimes we have insecurities, or we may feel as though we're ugly, or we just have these like things that that are in our head. We feel like we're not a good looking person, and I've had those insecurities in the past, and especially when you're younger, people will kind of comment on the way that you look. Like I used to get like comments about the shape of my head, or like my hairline, or just being skinny, or just things along those lines. And as you get older, those insecurities start to kind of they creep in every now and then you start to feel like those insecurities are going to hold you back from just being a better looking individual. So why do you want to be a better looking individual? Obviously, if you're better looking, you feel better about yourself. It's the way it's gonna. People kind of judge. The people don't judge, but first impressions really count. So if you are a well groomed individual, then odds are you're probably gonna get that job, or you're gonna get the meeting that you've been looking for. So, but if you come and you're not well groomed, you're not taking care of yourself, and then it will definitely take a toll. So I wanted to discuss different ways of just being a better looking individual. Now, what I mean by this, I don't mean like how to be like a supermodel, or this and that. I just mean how to be better, like just a better looking individual. Like for me, I don't think I'm the greatest looking person, but I'm always constantly trying to work on just on who I am, and just make sure I'm well groomed and just things along those lines. So I think I'm a decent looking dude, but I don't think I'm like a great looking dude, but I work on that all the time. So for me, it's like I'm comfortable in my own skin. So that's why I kind of wanted to share this. And for me, it's been years. Like there was a time when I used to tell myself every time, you're ugly. Like I would tell myself that I was very ugly. Like no one's ever going to want to be with you. You're never going to get married, or just things along those lines, or you're never going to get that job, or just things that kind of limit you. So these limiting beliefs. And that kind of goes to the first point that I want to make. So the first point I want to make is your mindset. So the way that you think. So when I was younger, like I said, people used to make fun of my head shape, people used to make fun of my hairline, and people used to make fun of all these things. So as a result, I used to wear hats to kind of like hide that. And then, I try to do things to hide it. And then when I was really skinny, I would wear long sleeves to kind of mask that. So, and I also had long arms, so people would and long legs. So like people would, call me names as well. So just things along those lines. So the key here is to have the right mindset in terms of the way you look. So if you feel like you don't look like a good person, just have a look at yourself, and then just keep reaffirming to yourself like, hey, like you're a good looking individual. Let's just groom a little bit. Let's see what we can do. Let's improve our looks. Let's help ourselves, just improve, right? So mindset is huge, and this is probably the most important thing before you start trying to be a better looking individual. So yeah, let's get straight to it again. So then the next one is exercise. So exercise is probably the one that's going to help, I would say, probably the most, because I will tell you this, when I first started exercising when I was 17, or I think it was 18, I was fairly skinny, and my my head, I also had a big head too, so that's a factor too. But just things along those lines. There's a lot of I had a lot of insecurities about myself. Once I started working out, I started exercising. Obviously my body shape started changing. I started changing as a person. I got it helped me mature a lot faster, and it just helped me build a lifestyle that I really want to, I really want to just pursue. So why do I say exercise? So exercise, like obviously it will help you get in shape. Now, when I mean exercise, it could be any sport. Like just as long as the sport is physical activity, and you feel it, right? And also another thing is, you don't have to be Like, you don't have to be a bodybuilder. You don't have to be a power lifter. This is subjective. It could be anything, right? As long as you're exercising. When you exercise, you feel better. Your mind is feels better, and just everything along those lines. And exercise helps you stay young, right? So I didn't actually add this in there, but I would probably like, there's a lot of escapisms that would really, like, I would say, affect the way you look too. I would say cigarettes is one of them. I mean, that's not really like something that people would deny. Like, cigarettes, it would affect your, like, the way you look long term, but exercise is a long term, will help you stay, like, it'll help you stay fit. It'll help you just stay more focused. And yeah, so exercise is something that I would highly, highly recommend if you just want to be, if you're looking to be a better individual. I've been exercising. I mean, when I was younger, I used to play a lot of soccer, but now I do a lot of calisthenics. I go for runs. I've been running for the last couple of weeks. And then I was boxing for a little bit. I was doing some stuff like that. So I try to live a fit lifestyle. And as a result, I think I've improved in terms of just not just my physique, but mentally as well. So I would say that is definitely the one of the keys to just be a better looking individual. Now the next one, and this is another one that's really important too, and this is probably the one that a lot of us neglect. And when I mean this is not just for men. This is men and women. So one thing that I would say is really important is your grooming. Now, what do I mean by grooming? So what I mean by grooming is, you know, is your hair like nice and clean? And even if whether you have big hair or you have a lot of hair, you have a short hair, as long is it clean? Like, does it look fine? Like, does it look nice, or is there stuff all over your hair and like this? And it's normal to have to like sometimes, because you can't go to the barber every single day, right? So it is normal to have things in your hair, or maybe like your hair is kind of like your lineup is, you need to you don't have the lineup that your barber gave you, or your hair might just be growing again. But it's important to just make sure that your hair looks okay, and like, just your features, you take care of your skin. Like, for me, that's one thing I've been trying to work on in the last, like, just, I guess, my whole life. But lately I've taken it a little more seriously. So I've always had acne and just like pimples. So I ordered something, but it hasn't come in yet, so I'm gonna wait for that. But in the meantime, I just put shea butter on my face, and that really helps me, just because I have sensitive skin. So when I put anything on my skin, it kind of just, my skin starts to like react really fast. So that's why I take shea. That's why I only take shea butter. And there's other things that you can take, like, like coconut oil, or like, I think Jamaican oil. I think that's what they call it. There's a lot of different oils, that argan oil too. There's a lot of oils you can take. Um, and obviously brush your teeth. That's a given. Floss, just things along those lines. When you take a shower, make sure you wash yourself properly. Wash your feet. There's just stuff along those lines, like just things that you got to make sure you groom, like around here and like just other parts. It's important to groom, because that doesn't just affect the way that you look, it affects the way that you feel. So if you don't groom, and you're gonna feel like it kind of makes you feel like a slob, right? So if you find that you're kind of letting, and there are times when, like, I see a lot of people with like a lot of hair, or I see a lot of people just kind of go for that, like, that look of, like, I don't know what to call it. It's like when that look, that it's like the reflection, kind of like, or they're gonna like do something big, and that's fine too, as long as it's not, it's like, it's fine, and it's like clean. Then I think that's the most important thing. You just stay clean. Like, cleanliness it's not just for men, it's not just for women. Men too. Men have to stay clean as well. It's a given, right? You don't want to go somewhere and like see someone, and see that they're terribly groomed. Like, it's like I said, if you go to a job interview, what are you gonna do? A lot of people wear suits. A lot of people wear like tailored clothing, right? So just treat your life like that. Treat your body like that. Don't just treat your body like just a little, like a tool that when you wake up, you just you know treat it properly. So eat right. Obviously, do things like that. So grooming is very, very important. And I would say, yeah, if you don't exercise, at least grooming can like help you just to stay clean and just really just you know and it's not easy. Obviously, it is a lot of work. But at the same time, to just find a strategy for you, find what works. For me, I put shea butter on my skin because shea butter is something that it helps me, and I'm a pretty simple person. So in terms of me, I have very sensitive skin, so I can't go out and start taking a whole bunch of things and try a lot of different things. I have to kind of like experiment and see what works for me. But yeah, so that's what I would definitely recommend in terms of that. Just stay decently groomed, and even me, I've been trying to learn how to cut my hair lately because I just want to make sure that even if I don't go to the barber, I can line up my hair. I need to actually line up my hair like eventually, and also I need to maybe cut my hair a little bit, like not cut my hair, but like just even out the sides a little bit. But things along those lines, just stay clean and just cleanliness is super super key. So yeah, I think that's something that I would highly highly recommend any human being to do. Like just stay clean. Now the next one is your clothing. Okay, so this one is an interesting one because every single individual has their own style or their own sense of clothing or their own favorite colors. So this, I would say, if you my advice for this would be dress the best way that you would dress, right? So what I mean by that is, for me, I like to wear like, depends. Sometimes I like to wear fitness clothing. Sometimes I like to wear like casual like clothing. When I wear casual clothing, I try to like wear a nice t-shirt, and then I try to wear like some jeans, and then maybe some like, either I will have my boots or I'll just have like some sneakers. So, but I try to dress in a way where it's like it's kind of coordinated a little bit and it kind of makes sense. So that's my way of dressing. Now, if the way you dress, it might be different. Maybe you just streetwear. If you just streetwear, dress the way that you would dress, but don't go out like you just woke up, right? I mean, show when you go outside, or even at home. Like I've been trying to like at home, I've been trying to dress better at home because I realized that when I've actually dressed better, I'm more upbeat. I'm more motivated. I feel better about myself. I'm more motivated to do things. Whereas when I'm just in like sweatpants or just in regular clothing, then I get lazy and I just kind of relax. If you want to relax, obviously that's a different story. But if you just woke up in the morning and you're trying to start your day, I would say definitely look at the way that you're dressed, and that's super super important. Obviously there's accessories. You can get watches. If you can't afford a watch, that's fine. Like for me, accessories are important as well, but go within your means. Like you don't have, like, I see a lot of YouTubers, they say like it's great to get a watch and this and that. I agree that a watch or accessories, those help a lot. However, there's a lot of us that may be struggling financially. Maybe you can't afford it right now. Maybe there's some limitations, and that's fine, right? Like later on, you can try to customize or just try to get some different accessory or just along those lines. But for now, just focus on the way you dress, like the clothing that you have right now. Figure out like what can you do, like look at yourself in the mirror. Like if you have a t-shirt, maybe you roll up this t-shirt. Maybe if you have pants, you pin roll it, things like that. Just figure out the way that you dress and just dress. I would say dress, like I said, dress the way you would dress, but the best way you would dress, because people will notice that and people will appreciate that. And not just that, you'll feel better. A lot of these things that I'm saying, this is not to just impress people like this. That's like a secondary thing. What I'm really want is just for you guys as individuals to really feel good about yourselves and just feel good, because when you feel good, then the way you approach your life is completely different. So that's the part of the reason why I'm making this video and I'm explaining it the way that I'm explaining it, because feeling good, it impacts your whole life. So Honestly, it really does. Which goes to the next one. Like I said, this is something that I'm constantly trying to work on, and I'm not perfect at all, but I'm trying to work on myself. It's your character. Just be a good person. Like just be yeah, just be a good person and treat people like they say, treat people the way that you'd want to be treated. Now, I'm not perfect. Like there are times when I get irritated, and but I have to work on that, and I have to work on myself. I have to figure out how to, like, because everybody's a different individual. So the way you might handle, like, you may deal with someone might be different with the way that you handle someone else. So I would say look at everyone with respect, and look at everyone with look at everyone with like give them, always give the benefit of the doubt. Obviously, you don't always want to give the benefit of the doubt, but just analyze the situation, see the positives and things, and obviously, if it's not a good situation, walk away from it and just kind of, you know, yeah, just figure out how you can, just be a respectful individual to a lot of the individuals. So character is very important. And this is something I'm working on all the time. So I'm definitely not perfect. And yeah, so this is something I would say is really great, because when you're genuine, when you're authentic, people, they respect it. And they really, behind your back, people will say, "Oh, this person's actually really respectful, and this person's a pretty chill person, or this person." You'll get a lot of, like, you'll get a lot of respect, and this is something that obviously I'm trying to work on all the time. I'm not perfect, and yeah, but I think as you go through the motions, you go through things, you slowly get it, and then eventually, we'll all get there. So yeah, I would say character is very, very important as well. Now the next one is have a social life, and just have a life in general. Like, have a career, just have something that you're going, like, you're actually doing, and work towards something. Or maybe if you're in your current career, just work at that, improve at your career, and just keep going. And then also at the same time too, have a social life. If you're an introvert, I'm an introvert, so I like to be either by myself, or I like to be with someone, either more one-on-one. If I'm in groups, then I like to be with my closest friends. But if I'm in a group where I'm with like, I have like one close friend, and there's a whole bunch of people who aren't really close to me, they're more acquaintances or just friends, then it's a little bit different. But if figure out what works for you, and have that kind of social life for yourselves. So for me, like, I like to, like, I stay at home, or I go for walks, I go for runs, I do a lot of things by myself. But at the same time too, I do like to talk to my friends that I'm really, really close to. And at the same time too, I like to just communicate with them. And sometimes when I meet up with them, it's a great time. So that will just help you with your character, and it'll really just help you, just really just help you as an individual. So, obviously I said it will affect your character. Obviously you'll be able to interact with different individuals, and you'll just meet, and you're not just meeting people that, like, in the streets. Like I said, it's different. You're meeting people that you actually really know, and maybe you are an extrovert and you like meeting new people, then that's amazing. Then that's great. Then maybe find some groups where you can go. And there's a lot of groups that are currently, like, at least in my city, there's a lot of different meetup groups. Like, there's a lot of different communities. Like I've seen, like at least in my circle, there's a photography, like, circle. There's like a bloggers, like, little community. There's a Muslim, like a Muslim youth community for us. And then obviously there's a black community. There's a lot of different and this is in my circle. Now, I'm an introvert, so I don't usually go there, like, to these things, because they always have meetups and, like, stuff like that. And I don't always go, but I still communicate with them. I'm still in touch with them, and every now and then I will come. They'll kind of drag me, but but when I go there, I realize, okay, this is actually pretty cool. So that's the thing. So yeah, so I would say have a social life. Yeah, that's definitely something I would say. And yeah, and then the last one is just stay positive and just be a positive individual. Think on the positive side. This one may be hard for a lot of us, but I think that if you think on the positive side, you're just optimistic that things are gonna work out. Like I said, you're trying to work on your looks. Obviously, things are not. I mean, when you work out, you exercise, you're obviously not gonna, if you're looking to maybe gain some mass or lose some weight, it's not gonna happen in one day. So when you look at yourself in the mirror, you're gonna be like, oh, okay, well, I don't feel, or maybe you'll see your pump when you go to the gym, and then all of a sudden the pump will be gone. You'll be like, oh man, or you'll be like, but it's like that's the journey towards it. And I think that if you guys really, like all of us, not just you guys, like myself as well, if we stay positive on that, like especially on our careers or this or families or just anything, like for me, I was very discouraged about something in the last couple of days, and I was very, very, like, I was just staying at home. I was just like, I was really, really discouraged. But at the same time too, I realized, you know what, it's gonna get better eventually. So I took that approach, and yeah, now I'm feeling better, and I'm kind of getting back into the motion of things. And yeah, I think that's one of the key things. Just stay positive, and that will get better, or that you will succeed in whatever you're trying to succeed in. So yeah, I think that's all I really wanted to talk about. This kind of goes to like the people who have always felt like they were underdogs. I've always felt like that. I've always felt like I was an underdog. I've always felt like people overlook me. I don't know why, but people have always just overlooked me, and like they've always thought something of me that I never really understood. But that never really stops me from trying new things and just going for what I want. So, I mean, that's why I'm making YouTube videos. That's why I'm working out. I'm going to the gym. Well, the gyms are closed now, but I'm working out at home right now. I'm going for runs. I'm still interacting with my friends, and yeah, it's just things along those lines. So let me know what you guys think. Obviously, if you guys have things that you guys want to add into it, let me know. If you guys disagree with something, just let me know as well. Yeah, just let me know. This kind of interactive. So, but yeah, I think it's important for all of us just to feel happy with ourselves, and it's just remember that, because every individual is their own individual, and you have one life. So I mean, I always, like, sometimes when I see individuals who who are kind of letting loose, and they're not really taking care of themselves, and when you ask them why, they kind of just they're a little they kind of ignore it. It kind of hurts me a little bit, because I realize, man, if this person took care of themselves and this and that, then their life would change completely. So that's part of the reason why, for me, like, I want to just see into people that can really improve and just kind of really, I don't even know the word for it. Just be the best versions of themselves. That's what I really, really want. I want all of you to be the best version of yourselves, which is why I'm making this video. And if you can grasp even one thing from this video that you may have not applied, I guarantee you it will change. I don't want to like say it huge, but it will change. It will change a part of your life. So definitely, please, if you are feeling this way, please apply one of the things in this video and let me know how it goes for you. If you want, you can always send me a DM. My Instagram thing is down there, and the link down below. So definitely check that out. Or you can send me a message on Twitter, or you can tweet me, or anything along those lines. So thanks for watching the video. If you guys found any benefit from it, then please please subscribe. And yeah, I will talk to you in the next video. Peace.